I'm Peter Miller, and I play in a band called We Are the Willows.
All of these songs, I hope they are found. Why did I get so high?
What was I like as a child? I don't know, sensitive kid who's trying to be kind, but is too insecure to be kind all the time. Maybe that's kind of my vibe. I think that's maybe still my vibe. A Funeral Dressed as a Birthday is one of the first songs I wrote with We Are the Willows. It's essentially about the absurdity of life and death.
I just don't know where people go when they die. But I know that I will cry. Oh, when you die somewhere.
I think it's been cool over the years to meet people for whom that song helped them get through somebody passing. I moved around quite a bit as a kid, and so like just never totally had my footing in any like community that we lived in. You know, growing up on a farm and like watching the Newsies musical, like, you know, 2 times a day, and like that was some of my earliest favorite music was from that musical. In 7th grade, I got into skateboarding. And by the time I was in early high school, that was like, skateboarding just consumed my life. But skateboarding's still like a really important part of my life. I played drums in a band though, before I started writing songs. Keys and guitar were sort of happening at the same time for me. And at that time too, I was like living with my grandparents in the attic of their barn, playing drums and like keyboard and just like jamming. I knew I wanted to start a band, and I was pretty sure I wanted to sing in a band. As I met music people, I just told them I was a singer, then like started jamming with some people, and then it just kind of worked. But it sort of started out as a lie that kind of became true. You know what I mean? It's like, I'm a singer. I've never sang in a band in my entire life, but yeah, I'm a singer. Dear Miss Bransner is based on a series of letters probably between 1942 and 1943, where my grandpa was in boot camp, but this is really before he had any active role in the war. And he would talk about the possibility or inevitability of his death.
A 21 gun salute could bring me back to you in a casket wrapped in.
These young people can be given a version of reality that gets them eager to be a part of war, and then get there and realize that the lived experience of that is so different than what they were sold. When I feel most connected to what I'm doing as an artist, I have a sensation of discovery. I feel like I've found something, you know, and I'm kind of just like getting at it. I think that is like at the heart of what making art is for me. My visual art. It has helped me to take a different kind of approach to music. You know, when you talk about the relationship between art and commerce, you're designing something for somebody else. It's inherently transactional. That made me think about how I spent my time doing it, what kind of creative expectations I had of it. With some of the projects, either for myself or other people, there's just an inherent timeline. The song Of a Kind is, I can't talk about this song without talking about the author Zadie Smith. She uses this phrase, one of a kind, to kind of traverse this like the individuality of youth into growing older and recognizing that you're just one of many.
I cannot remember the food on the table. I know who said it. I know who said it. I cannot remember my head on my shoulders. I know who said it.
This is the time to be pursuing this version of being one of a kind, but as you pursue that more, you will realize that this is what actually the world is. You're just but one of many. And I think that's beautiful. We take in so much art in any given day, and without it, I think we would be really, really devastated. Because that's the case, I think it is like a thing that we need huge investment in. A huge barrier to not meeting the goal of having financial stability is that we no longer value recorded music with our money. Streaming services offer very little. Touring now is really expensive and difficult and fraught, and there just aren't very many revenue streams anymore. There's somebody you love and you've been really deeply changed by their music, by their visual art, by whatever, like, you have to find a way to participate in it financially. When I think about what I'm doing as labor, I give more to an audience that's there because I understand what they've given to be there. And when you have a band that's as like kind and considerate and hardworking as mine, like, you get a lot of support from your band in like reorienting your perspective. If you're judging your art on commercial terms, you're no longer talking about it as art. In my journey of finding the separation between art and commerce, I've really come to understand what both of those things are. Though the commercial end is something that it's a necessity, but I now understand that, like, chasing down the commercial end of things cannot be very high in my list of priorities. I can only chase after that insofar as it supports me doing the art that I need to do. And in large part, what that means is like paying some extremely talented and skilled people to do it with me. Keep your head up is a like mantra. My friend Matt Levitt and I wrote that song, and it was a very weird day. Like, Trump had won the election, and both my brother and I were just like, what the hell is happening?
You gotta keep your head up. Everything is messed up. You gotta be better. The politics of what's inside.
In short, keep your head up is like believing in yourself, believing in the world, like believing in your vision for the world, which is a really, really hard thing to do. Success for me as an artist is really simple, staying true to myself and to do something that I feel fully myself in. If it makes me happier and a better person, I will have succeeded in making art. I am so much more in love with music now than I've ever been. It's given my life so much. Purpose, meaning, consolation, comfort. It's challenged me. I mean, it's just like, it has truly made me who I am, and I'm like infinitely grateful. And I'm very lucky to be in a position where I can play quite a bit of music, play shows, and still be, you know, a good parent, a good partner, a good son. I don't have to sacrifice anything in my relationships to achieve any particular end. I'm able to just do what I love to do.